Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Keyshawn Davis, I want to make sure I get this crystal clear. Amazing, amazing, amazing talent. Amazing fighter, man. He's got it. Keyshawn Davis has got it. Can fight, has charisma, he has everything. He reminds me of Adrian Broner. He has that kind of talent. And for those who didn't know, remember, Keyshawn went to the Olympics and won a silver medal. So for those saying Keyshawn can't fight, yeah, okay. The man went to the Olympics, won a silver medal. He does nothing but dominate inside the boxing ring. So hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. But I'm going to tell you this, right? Because I see the good. Sometimes when you do videos, people don't hear when you talk about the good. They just hear when you're ridiculing and criticizing. But I got to drop, hold your horses, Keyshawn Davis. Stop taking it to the goddamn stupid. Because the man is immature as hell. Letting his brothers down, and his brand is being destroyed. And those are the facts, Jack. So if you get mad, you just get mad. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm not going to come out here, man, and say, oh, Keyshawn, he did such a great job. No, I'll tell you that, but I'm also going to tell you that you're fucked up. Body slamming somebody in the ring, elbowing, putting your elbow and forearm in their neck and your glove pushing their head back, dragging your laces across their face. Well, I mean, we saw what you did. You made that fight physical. Then to come out here and talk about, oh, when Nahir's pulling my head down. Yo, we watched you, man. We watched the whole fight. You were winning. I think Nahir landed one good shot. You can just show just separation from him. He's not on your level. He's a good fighter, but he's not elite. He's not special like you, Keyshawn. That physical bullshit you were doing, you didn't have to do none of that. You easily beat that man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay locked in because Nahir's dangerous as hell. But you easily beat him. As long as you stay locked in and focus, your boxing skills, he can't out-stamina you. He can't outspeed you. He can't IQ you. He can't out-offense you, out-defense you. Punch selection, you know what I mean? Everything. Out-feint you. Can't out-trap you. Nothing. But he can out-mature you. And you can out yourself of big-time opportunities and sponsorship deals because right now, Keyshawn, in my opinion, if he's going to continue on this path, he may be too dangerous for anybody to want to invest in him. You know what I'm saying? All the talent in the world. All the talent in the world. Confidence, superstar charisma. But we got to ask the question, is he destroying not only his own career, but you know what? The career and opportunities for his brothers. Shit bigger than Keyshawn, man. Remember, man, he was supposed to fight in Norfolk, missed weight, missed out on the De Los Santos fight. And then Albright beat Kelvin, and Keyshawn went out there, man, trying to play Al Capone and shit, creating this big-ass ruckus. So to be back in Norfolk again, man, back home, the fight he was dominating and showed no discipline, man. All that talent. I think if he continues, it's going to be the downfall of the Davis brothers. And not because the other two are doing anything wrong, because Keyshawn is the face of that DB3. He's the guy. He's the leader. He's the one that's already kicked the door in. He's there. But they're about to push his ass back out. And I'm telling you, he better pay attention to people near to him who are going through something similar. Because of that attitude. Being immature, making poor choices and ruining their brand. He better pay attention. His reputation for chaos is growing. And I'm telling you from all the experience and extensive research I've done, sponsors look at unpredictable athletes in a kind of way. And I don't know if how much longer Top Rank's going to want to mess with Keyshawn, but I'll tell you what, if they get rid of Keyshawn, Kelvin and Keon are going too, because they seem to be a package deal. And he's already being labeled as undisciplined, immature, unprofessional, reckless, chaotic. He's got to be careful because that shit's already started. And if that shit catches on, again, it's already started. We're talking about it. Ain't going to be no turning back. Because no matter how great he is, the bullshit he's doing is overshadowing his greatness. Look at that performance he put on yesterday. Outstanding. But the shit he did is so impactful, right? And so eye-catching that nobody even really talking about the performance. It keeps coming back to that body slam and the physical and all the bullshit he was doing in the ring. I mean, stay locked in and get the job done, man. You know, you work with Terrence Crawford for a while. You ain't never seen Terrence Crawford in there getting carried around away and doing bullshit. Terrence Crawford wasn't no dirty fighter. Pay attention to what Crawford did. You close to Shakir Stevenson, pay attention to Shakir. They get in there, they stay locked in, they do the business. Now, I'm not saying they won't chirp up now if somebody's fucking with them. But for the most part, they're strictly business, staying disciplined, staying professional, getting the job done. But you fuck with them, they'll chirp up. You just out there chirping up for no reason. You doing shit to try to entertain the crowd. Nah, man, you got to move the crowd like Rakim. With your talent, with your charisma, not with your recklessness and chaos and drama and WWE Jimmy Flash snooker off the top rope bullshit. So I'll tell you what, as far as Keyshawn Davis, he has the opportunity, in my opinion, to go become the face of boxing, a one of. But he's becoming his own worst enemy. He can't afford to make this kind of mistake again. And this may have been too much already. Now, let me just say this. Trying to create a boxing superstar is hard. A De La Hoya, okay? To try to create a De La Hoya, it's hard, man. You know what I'm saying? You want someone who'll come from the Olympics and medal, preferably gold. Keyshawn has a silver. You want someone with a flashy style. De La Hoya had it. Keyshawn has it. Elite hand speed. De La Hoya had it. Keyshawn has it. Personality, confidence. Keyshawn has it. De La Hoya had it. Marketability. De La Hoya had it, definitely. Keyshawn, there's something there. You know, he's definitely marketable. And then De La Hoya has strong fan support. Keyshawn has strong fan support. And you have a very entertaining, dominating style inside that ring. De La Hoya had it, but he was knocking people out. Keyshawn has it. He can knock people out. But De La Hoya was different with that power, that left hook. We all know that. But the bottom line is, Keyshawn is not some average prospect trying to gain attention. For me to mention him alongside a guy like De La Hoya, what I'm saying is he has superstar potential. Okay? I'm not saying he's the same as De La Hoya, but he has superstar potential. This is a fighter that many people believe could become, you know, pay-per-view is kind of dead, but if they really come out here and push him for pay-per-view, if he continues winning and winning the way that he does, he could become a pay-per-view attraction. He was already a world champion. He looks like he has everything to become a world champion again. 140, for sure, 147, I don't know, 147 is a different set of beasts. But he's got that kind of talent and skill. He could win a title at 147. But fans are frustrated because the talent is so undeniable. The concern is that his decision-making is starting to overshadow the boxing, like I mentioned earlier, man. You see this Davis brothers DB3 thing, the sisters singing, the mom walking into the ring, that shit is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I watched that and I'm like, man. And this is what I think, he's got it. He's involving his whole family. Where else do you see that? The mom's involved, the sisters are involved, the brothers are involved. They got things going on outside of boxing. I mean, they got it, man. It's special. Him and his brothers, all capable fighters. All of them are marketable, all tied together as a family brand. That is amazing. The Davis brothers, in my opinion, had a potential to become a boxing dynasty. A reality show level sports story, sponsorship magnet, and one of the most marketable family brands in combat sports. I mean, this could have been the Davis brother era. Instead, people are now talking about chaos, drama, emotional behavior, and lack of discipline. Who that remind you of? The Charlo boys. I always said, man, you got them two twins. Whipping ass. They got talent, man. And I used to always say, how come these guys aren't on cereal boxes and out here all over the damn TV and computer and all over the place? Because two twins, both dominating in their weight divisions, charismatic, not bad looking guys. They got it. But what was the thing that hurt them, in a lot of people's opinion? Attitude. So we had a set of twins. Both of them were champions. One was undisputed. And they couldn't get it right because of all the bullshit and drama. Now you got these three. One's really got it, Keyshawn. The other two, there's something there, but they ain't on Keyshawn's level, not yet. But they're about to throw it away too. And it's not because of all three, it's just because of Keyshawn. And let me tell you something. That Nahir Albright situation, Nahir Albright, the first time when he beat Kelvin, man, emotions were already high. But you can't help but start looking sideways when Keyshawn goes out there backstage and post-fight and creates chaos, making everything personal. Just drama. Instead of him just regrouping, supporting his brothers professionally and focusing on business, everything turned emotional, confrontational, chaotic. And people start looking at Keyshawn's behavior outside the ring, thinking that he's bigger than what he is, that he's trying to be something he's not, a gangster and shit. And it hurt his brand then. But to see now again, they hear Albright again, Keyshawn again, body slams the man in the ring. So the same name, two different occasions, Keyshawn tied to some bullshit because he didn't show discipline or professionalism. And that's how people are looking at him. And don't forget, this man missed that weight for the De Los Santos fight. And then the man missed weight here for Albright. You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is, when people start using words like undisciplined, unpredictable, hard to manage, that's bad. You miss weight once, but you miss it twice. You blow major opportunities and you lose credibility, man. And that's what's happening to Keyshawn. And those labels are poison when it comes to boxing business. You know what I'm saying? To be undisciplined, unpredictable, hard to manage. When people start saying that about you, shit is poison. And I'm going to tell you again, I keep coming back to it. That body slam to Albright was a terrible look, man. Keyshawn had it. Faster, sharper. He was winning the fight. More explosive. He doesn't need to do all that. But instead of letting his talent shine cleanly, the fight started getting rough, emotional, messy, physical. Then, boom, came the goddamn Iron Sheik. Camel clutched his ass and everything. Just body slammed him. Just Hulk Hogan leg dropped his ass in there. Just ridiculous. No need for that. And what happened? Shit went viral. So what are we talking about? Instead of talking about his skill and the highlight of his skill and the dazzling display of talent, talking about the emotional behavior in the ring. This is a social media era. You're going to go viral and the internet's going to internet. And I'm going to tell you right now, talent's not enough at the elite level. Keyshawn's got the talent. He's at the elite level, but the talent's not enough. Boxing history is filled with talented fighters who sabotage themselves. The sport scene, gifted athletes, champions, Olympic medalists, knockout artists, they lose everything. A lot of these dudes lose everything because they lack discipline, emotional control, professionalism, and structure. Even the women, like Clarissa Shields, her brand is out of here. Keyshawn better be careful. We're talking about Adrian Brody, be careful not to end up like her. Her shit is shot to tatters. She did that to herself. He has to be very careful, man. The higher you rise, the more important professionalism becomes. It's just like I remember being told back in the day, yo, man, you got to learn to listen more and talk less with the position you in. Because of what I was doing, I was a top 1%. 1% of people got to where I got to. When I watch these guys like Keyshawn, I'm like, that man right here is dead. In the 1%, he became a champion. The 1%. When you going to clean it up? Who's going to pull him aside and talk to him? Because there's big dollars associated with him. Just like with me at the 1%. Because of what I was able to do, my brand was everything. So even now, if I decide to go and do certain things because of my brand and what I achieved at that 1%, huge doors open up for me. I just don't do it because I don't have to. But if I wanted to, it's there. Keyshawn's the same thing. My man, you're the 1%. The difference here is you're talking about big time companies wanting to come and invest in you and your brothers potentially. But you're ruining that. Who would want to come and put hundreds of thousands of $1 million behind a guy like Keyshawn because they feel that he's unpredictable? They don't want unpredictability attached to their investments. Who's talking to these young people, man? They need to watch my motherfucking videos, what they need to watch. Because I get annoyed watching. It's like, yo, you got it. Just get in there and hit a grand slam. But you want to hit a fucking body slam. Let me tell you, man, and I've done extensive research. I'm not just shooting from the fucking hip. I'm not just hot winging it. I'm telling you real shit, man. Sponsors don't like chaos. These companies don't like that. They want attention. Of course, attention equals currency. They don't want that controversy. They don't want all that drama. But Keyshawn has the talent and the ability to create the attention that the controversy and drama can create. He doesn't need the bullshit. And even if he's like, nah, man, I'm going to keep it real. What the young people say, stand 10 toes down. Okay, cool. All right, well, do that and ruin the opportunities for your brother. If you ain't got the strength to create the opportunities for yourself, at least think about your goddamn siblings, man. You the baby, but you almost the big brother in this situation because you the one that's kicked the door down. You there. You bringing them along. They're not bringing you along. But you about to throw it away for everybody because if Keyshawn goes down in flames, his brothers go down in flames. I got 3 brothers. It's 4 of us. I didn't have any sisters. They're DB3. We be H4 boys. All boys. Ain't no sisters. So see, when I be talking about watching these cats, I identify with these cats. Yeah, I love watching these dudes, man. And they're all brothers. I love that shit. But they got sisters, though. Nothing wrong with it. I didn't have sisters. So when I watch that, I connect. I'm older than them cats, too. But I also see where they can fuck it up. And I'm like, man, you got the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit a fucking grand slam. Why are you doing this bullshit? Because I tell you what, man. You got sponsors. They want reliability. They want professionalism. You know what I mean? They want someone to do the right thing when no one's looking. They want clean branding, a positive public perception. Sponsors want to know, man. They want to know. Will this fighter embarrass us? Yes or no? Right now, yeah, they probably thinking, no, this motherfucker will embarrass us. You know what I mean? Will he miss weight? Yeah. This is the other thing. You missing weight. Sponsor want to get behind you. How do we get behind a boxer, professional boxer who keeps missing weight? No, they want a clean brand. Everything clean. That shit ain't clean. See, people don't be thinking about this. And I'm sure the team don't talk to them about this shit that I'm talking about. I should be charging $3.99 and some fried rice and goddamn chicken wings for the knowledge I be imparting out here. I do the research. I'm like, fuck, they did this shit in baseball too? In the NFL, the NBA? Boxing doesn't get the looks like those other sports, but you get looks. But when they look, it's real brief. You got to have your shit ready. They want to look and see something clean, not something dirty. They already don't want to come over here to boxing. But when they do, they come and look and, this is a shit sandwich. I go over here and deal with these goddamn pastrami's. Bologna. Who the fuck eats bologna? But I'd rather eat a bologna sandwich than a shit sandwich. This guy's the kind of guy who gets suspended. Is he going to keep creating this controversy? Is he going to scare away our advertisers? Even if Keyshawn is entertaining, corporations are careful about athletes who seem emotionally reactive. And Keyshawn has proven that he's emotionally reactive, man. And that directly impacts endorsements, partnerships, commercials, appearances, long-term money. I'm not making this shit up, you know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you again, it doesn't just affect Keyshawn. That's the scariest part about all this. It doesn't just affect Keyshawn because the Davis brothers are connected publicly. Fans see them as a package. Promoters see them together. So if one brother develops a reputation for chaos, it can create hesitation around the entire brand. The DB3 brand is now going the direction of being chaotic, dramatic, unprofessional. That doesn't mean Kelvin and Keon are responsible, but they're dragged into the bullshit because perception matters in business. Simple. Executives are going to start wondering, will the drama follow all 3? Will events become difficult? Will emotional spill over? What if something's going on? Is Keyshawn going to show up to their brother's event and he going to create chaos like he did for the Nahir Albright fight when Nahir beat Kelvin? What are we getting when we take on these guys? If I take on one, I mean, I'm taking the other two a part of the deal. I mean, it's, the troublemaker Keyshawn's going to be here. You see? So he's fucking it up for his brothers. That's why I said, where are the mentors? You know what I mean? That's my question. I'm not out here talking about, yeah, he kept it real. Or, yeah. No, I'm telling you, he kept it stupid. He kept it stupid. Where's the mentor? Where are the cats out here with some gray in their hair who've been through worse than what they're going through? Don't talk to me about being poor. I know about being fucking poor, right? Don't talk to me about none of that. Don't talk to me about all the knucklehead street shit. Been there, done that. Got the fucking t-shirt. But where are the cats with the gray in their hair who they can identify with? At least if the person talking, they'd be like, all right, real recognize real. This is the older head, the OG talking to me. Let me shut the fuck up and listen. Because I'm seeing a gold mine with these dudes. That's what I'm seeing. I'm like, yo, these dudes got it, man. But I'm also seeing that slipping away. I am. But you gotta sit here. I don't know these dudes, so I can't talk in private. So I do my videos, and if they watch it, cool. If not, I mean, you know, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep doing my videos. But hopefully they watch it and they understand Hood Champion's not. I'm not trying to embarrass you or verbally lambaste you. I'm telling you what I would tell them if they were like sons and nephews or something. This is what I'd be saying in private. Like, yo, you fucking up, man. What are you thinking about? You know, that's just what I tell them. You gotta do things you don't want to do like you love it, my man. That's part of being a professional. You know what I'm saying? But I think a real mentor could correct that behavior. Could, one, connect with the fighter and then potentially correct the behavior. You gotta tell them, stop reacting emotionally. Stop giving away leverage, man. Stop damaging your image, your brand. Stop making promoters nervous, making these sponsors nervous. You know what I mean? The boxing world is brutal. We know that. We know that, man. But once people label your ass as difficult, opportunities quietly disappear. I'm telling you, I know that firsthand because that happened to me. Yo, he's on the edge. Yo, he's this. Yo, he's that. If I could change him, I would. I've been through that shit. What I'm telling you is real shit. I'll never forget that shit. He seems like he's on the edge. He seems angry. He doesn't smile. I heard that shit for 25 fucking years. And I don't get into that, and I ain't gonna get into that. But so when I watched them, I'm like, they going down, they kind of going down that route I went through. Because some shit I ain't even do. Motherfuckers just look at you and feel the kind of way. You know what I'm saying? They just look at you and feel the kind of way. And you just chilling, ain't saying nothing. So imagine when you're out here doing bullshit. But fighting at Norfolk, that may be the problem. You know what I mean? They love him there in Norfolk. Was it Norfolk? Norfolk? However you pronounce it and shit. But I think that can be dangerous, man. Him and his brother got enormous hometown support. That energy is beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes hometown fame can create a bubble and nobody tells the truth. Nobody want to sit there and keep it real with you. Talking about, hey, you did that. Keyshawn, you did that. Nah, man, you come out there in public, you cheer him, you can praise him, you can protect him, but you be like, hey, talk to you. Once things settle down, I'll holler at you. About what? Don't worry about it. We'll talk later, man. But yo, you got the win. I'm proud of you and your brothers. But you plant that seed. You don't come and say something negative. You don't kill the energy. Be like, I'm going to talk to you later, but man, yo, good job. Proud of you. Plant that seed. So when you see them, they're like, hey, what did you want to talk about? And then, boom, that's when you talk to them. Because they need to understand accountability. Accountability cannot disappear. People around a fighter must be able to say, yo, your ass was wrong. You hurt your image. You need to tighten up. Without accountability, talent can self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? Short-term damage, long-term damage, man. If he continues, right, this is twice now where Keyshawn has gotten there and he's done something I would consider catastrophic to his image. Okay. So as a result, here it is the second time, the criticism is increasing. The media narratives are worsening. Sponsors, I'm sure, are hesitating. Okay. And the pressure is building. Now, that doesn't mean fans won't still watch him. Fans are still going to watch him. But the conversation shifts from future superstar to can he stay disciplined? That's a huge difference. You see, nobody's talking about, man, he's a future. No, they're like, well, what's he going to do next? You know what I'm saying? And when's he going to take it to the stupid again? And that's why I say the long-term damage could be massive. You know what I mean? You're talking about long-term consequences. That shit probably more serious. Because boxing remembers everything. Years later, fighters still carry labels. They still carry labels, man. They 30 years removed from whatever they did. Look at Mike Tyson. All the changes he's made. He still can't escape all the shit he did as a young man. And he's like, what do you want me to do? I was a kid. I was young. I was dumb. I was ignorant. I made mistakes. I'm telling you I was wrong. I apologize. What the fuck? That's just, unfortunately, not how it always works. People remember. They don't forget, man. Years later, they're still talking about it. And that's what Keyshawn could, he better hope he doesn't end up with permanent reputation damage. That's what he better hope. Missing weight, emotional outbursts, WWE, a junkyard dog, great kabuki motherfuckers in the ring, physical antics, unpredictability. He don't want that shit attached to him. He better clean that shit up, man. Because them huge opportunities could disappear. Once the trust is gone in boxing business, it's extremely hard to rebuild. But the good news is, you know, I think this is just twice now where we've seen some bullshit. But he got to lose that N-word. Lose that N-word. Lose it. Hate hearing them young guys talk like that. N-word this, N-word that, N-word this. They talking that in the press conference, interviews in front of women, children. They don't care. And let me tell you something. There's nothing cool about N-word this, N-word that, N-word this. Like, yo, lose that shit from your vocabulary, man. And if you're going to talk that, don't talk that shit on camera, man. What brand or what company want to come in, even if you got a clean, super clean, squeaky clean image, they come and see you, and every time you get in front of the camera, you're talking about N-word this, N-word that. The real people out here who done been through some shit in life, I used to, of course, who hasn't? Back in the day growing up, man, all kind of colorful shit used to come out my mouth, man. We were a wild group of guys, man. Stupid, actually. But come on now, when I see young, that's why I be telling them, that ain't what you want. That shit, anyway, that ain't what you want. I'm not saying to not be yourself, but lose that word. I'm just saying, lose that word. The more you practice something, the better you become at it. And the more you practice speaking with slang and a lot of obscenities and racial slurs, I mean, the more you're going to do it. It becomes part of your speech. And when I listen to them guys, I'm like, damn, all that talent. They just need to make some tweaks here. But I do think things can be fixed for Keyshawn. I do. Still young, talented, exciting. I think he's still marketable. But, you know, there's a lot of damage that's done, but it's not destroyed yet. But at this stage in his career, this is where direction gets decided. You know what I mean? Does he become disciplined? Does he mature? Does he become unstoppable? Can he become sure that he can be composed in the ring? Or does the chaos continue until, you know, boxing becomes secondary to him? And that's the crossroads fans believe he's approaching right now. You know, it's like, make a decision. You're going left or right, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be Al Capone, or you're going to be the Dalai Lama. I mean, what are we going to do here? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be Osama bin Laden, or you're going to be the Dalai Lama? What you going to do? You're at a crossroads. But the bottom line, what time is it? Okay, probably go live later. But nobody's questioning Keyshawn's talent. You know, the concern is whether emotional decisions and lack of professionalism could slowly poison one of boxing's most promising family brands before it fully blossoms. And to me, they haven't blossomed yet. They're on their way. And I just think Keyshawn's about to ruin it for all three of them if he doesn't get his shit together. And I'm being real. And the scary part of this is it's the punches are not the biggest threat to Keyshawn's career right now and his brother's careers. It's Keyshawn's own actions. And that's just being as real as I can about Keyshawn Davis. All of that talent, about to throw it away. At a crossroads right now. You're going to be Osama or you're going to be the Dalai Lama. Just be professional. And watch what happens for him and his brothers. I think the sky's the limit for them three. But time will tell, right? My son beating them drums upstairs. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.